Hello, everyone. You're welcome to another episode of BCC Beyond Creative Conversation. Right here on this episode, I have with me Kelly, one of my creative friend in the industry. Kelly, you're welcome.
Thank you so much.
So, first of all, Kelly, tell us about you. Let's meet you.
Okay, my name is Udo Chukwukenli. I'm a creative portrait photographer and a researcher.
So we're diving into the question, Kelly, immediately. And the first question is, was there a moment you almost quit, but you didn't? What stopped you?
Okay, that's actually an interesting question because one of the moments, there are actually different moments whereby I almost quit, but then one that I can easily remember is when I newly got married, and then it was actually challenging moments for me, whereby it was difficult financially, you understand? And then I remember I left photography because I felt like it wasn't something that might really help me get to what I really want to get to, you understand? So I ended up, in fact, one of my friends then just sent me a link for an interview. I don't want to call him of the bank, do you understand? So she sent me the link, and then I signed up and then went for the exam, of which I passed. Then after we had an online interview, and then after the interview, I was called up for a second interview. But knowing Nigeria as Nigeria would be now, where I was staying at the time, that day there was no lights.
Wow.
So I couldn't even go for the interview. I didn't do the interview. So that was how I wasn't called for the job. And then I kept on sending them emails and emails. At the point I just gave up, like, oh, maybe this thing is not for me. So I just thought, okay, let me even put my head in this, since this is what I'm currently doing. Let me put my head into it. And I was like, okay, let me just keep doing it. And I met with some persons. One of the persons I even met with was one of my boss at the time. And then we had a conversation. He called me to come and work for him at the time. Even at the time, the money wasn't there. It wasn't okay. It wasn't something that would help me as a family man. Do you understand? But I was just like, okay, since there was nothing to do, let me just do it. It was a case of, let us just try it. Do you understand? So I ended up doing it, and then I went to him, and one of the questions I asked him, I remember I asked him was, sir, tell me, because I know growing up, the idea of photography, when you say a person is a photographer, you hear he's a cameraman, he's a camera boy. It's not really lucrative. Tell me, I've seen you, I see that this is what you're doing. Is there something else you're doing aside from this photography that is actually helping you fend for your family? Do you understand? And then he explained to me that, see, this photography is one thing that would, if you know your onions, it's something that would help you go far. Do you understand? And there are different sectors in photography. It's an industry, it's a wide industry. If you know how to position yourself, if you know your onions, and you put diligence into this thing, you would actually go far. So when he did this explanation, when he explained everything to me, I was like, okay, let me even give it a try. Let me put my mind into it. And funny enough, today, when my friend look at me, it tends to remind me, guys, thank God see that bank no call you. So I just want to thank God for it.
So, at some point as creatives, when trying to attain and achieve bigger things, I know marriage also, is actually a bigger thing and a particular level in life. It's not always easy. Sure, you get what I'm saying? Because at some point when I moved to a bigger space, getting more staff, doing all of those things together is not always easy. Sure, you get what I'm saying? So I think I can relate with what you just said here. Thank you very much for answering that question. So we're going to move into the next question. Who held your hand when things weren't working well?
Okay, the truth of the matter is that different phases in life, I've had people who have actually stood by me and then helped me by the hands and helped me scale through. Like one of those persons, first of all, my wife has been one of the supportive system for me. And then, because, when someone trusts you to a point whereby they know that whatever you're doing, I just trust this person to come out well. Do you understand? I just trust this person to be able to scale through. That's one. And secondly, like the boss I was talking about, I remember we were in the car that day, and then I asked him this question, and then he had to sincerely answer me You understand? Because he understood that I'm not one of those boys that just came to his studio. I'm one person that actually he saw me as someone who actually knows what he wants, and knowing having the fact that I have a family. You understand? The way he responded to me was quite different, and then he then explained to me that, as to what I've already explained initially in the first question. So secondly, another person that actually held my hand and helped me was someone who actually helped me in retouching. You know, there are levels to this thing. You might actually be doing something that you feel like, okay, you're doing it well. But when you go out there, you know that there are persons who are even doing much more than you're doing, which is normal in life, you understand? So this guy actually reached out to me. Funny enough, he saw me on Instagram and then he reached out to me. I never knew him before. Nothing at all. He just reached out to me and was like, that he needs a retoucher. That is actually a retoucher as well, but he needs more hands to help him. And then this guy just started giving me jobs. And then on top of that, he was still teaching me and was still paying me. So it was like a win-win for me. You understand?
So I think at every level, we have people that help us. Because when it comes to retouching, I have people that helped me. Yeah. When it comes to shooting, I have people that helped me. But I'm going to talk about someone that helped me in the wedding industry. His name is Light Expression. You know, he's somebody that I look up to. He's my mentor. And I said it in the last one of the episodes that we recorded at the time. I usually shoot decor, event planners. I help event planners to shoot a lot. And at probably 2021 or so, thereabouts, I went to a particular event, went to shoot event details, and I met him again there. We've met several times. And I told him that, sir, how are you doing it that you're collecting 5, 6, 10 weddings one day? And he held my hand from 0 to 100. He showed me step by step how he usually gets weddings. And that was the analysis I used to get almost my first 2 years wedding. In fact, one of the year, I got 10 weddings in one Saturday. I'm telling you. So, and ever since then, I've been building on the things he shared with me. Though I'm working with different strategy now, apart from what he shared with me. But that's one of the persons that helped me in the wedding industry, that is helping me to get wedding. You know, when I share anything with him, he has something to tell me that, P, you've not tried this, and I'm getting wedding back to back to back to back. You get, yeah. So I believe there's somebody that help you at every stage in life. Yeah, that was the thing. Yeah. So the third question, when did you finally start believing in yourself?
It's actually an interesting question you asked. There are times whereby me personally, there are times whereby I actually wanted to even stop, like you asked initially. I actually wanted to like quit photography because I wasn't seeing results. You understand? But one of the times when I remember when I was growing because I started around like 2018, 2019, but professionally I started 2021. Understand? I remember those times when I would start retouching, every now and then I would always retouch. So my brother at that time would just come and be like, guy, now only woman they retouch every time, only woman they edit. You understand? Always teasing me and all of that. At some point, I don't even give ears to what he was saying. But you know, lately it'll be like, how far this client never call you? So times have changed, you understand? Because now he's seeing results, and then even me myself, I'm actually seeing results, you understand? So one of the things that actually gave me confidence is the fact that I now saw myself as a solution provider, you understand? I saw myself as a solution provider to most people. I don't just see myself as editing or as an editor. I don't see myself just editing pictures for clients. You understand? You know, when a client can tell you, this is what I have in mind. Can you help me achieve this? You understand? And they know, okay, they trust you to be able to deliver on that job because they know that you're providing a solution to them. It's not just retouch skin. It's not just to edit. You get? So if you actually, they can just shoot, and then even before they shoot, there's some clients that would even call you before they even go ahead to shoot. Hey, I'm about to do something like this. How do you think I should do it? Do you understand? Because they know that you're the person who would edit at the end of the day. That's talking about editing for other photographers. So they would actually call you before even they shoot, and then they know that you are someone that will always provide solution. So it has now moved from just editing for people to providing solutions. So it has given me that level of confidence in my work.
You see, for me, I don't think it's actually different for me. I started believing in myself from the very first day I started photography. And the reason is because of where I was coming from. Too many people doesn't believe in me when I was so young because I was very, very dramatic and I was very, very stubborn. In my secondary school days, I didn't sit in class. I was fighting, this last guy that liked to fight and all. So when I left secondary school, it was totally different thing for me. And I was helping my mom to hawk at a particular place where he was selling food. And at some point, one man said to my mom, you need this guy to go and learn something. That very soon now, you become a big boy, and in the future, you get married, you want to take care of family and all. And my mom said, okay, no problem, that you can go and learn for Kanaisa now. That is Gugu black before. And someone told my mom, said, this fine boy cannot learn such job now. That let him learn something good. So they wanted me to learn Tyler, Australian tie, how to do ties inside sites. And at some point, I was helping them to do konkere. You can't believe it. I've done all those things before. And someone came up with, let him go and learn photography. And I said, I don't want to learn photography. I said, I love traveling. So he said, I will be traveling everywhere to work. And finally, I said, okay, I'm going to learn photography. And I started photography. And immediately I started photography, I believed so much in myself because don't forget, in my secondary school days, I wasn't giving education attention. So that means that education did not work for me. So this one that I could lay my hands on, I told myself, I said, Oga, you have to make this work. It's either I win or I win for me from the beginning. So I've always been that first person that believes so much. I believe so much in myself. I've never compromised about my life. I've always believed that this is the way. Let me follow it. You get? So, and it has always been good back to back for me, and God has always helped.
Actually, this thing you said, it's quite different for me, like I already said, because for me, how I even stumbled into photography, it was not like something I was in love with in the first place. You understand? I had this uncle when we were growing up, who it was called Uncle Joe, and Uncle Joe was a photographer. So the way he was, I didn't see myself becoming a photographer in the first place. You understand? Because Uncle Joe was living like in a one-room apartment. I don't know if you understand what I'm driving at. The fact that I'm not trying to shade him or anything. Do you understand? At least at the time, people like that actually paved way for this generation. Do you understand? However, I didn't see myself as being a photographer in the first instance, because when I was growing up, seeing him and how he was, I would say, was a struggling photographer. So photography was not my thing. I got into photography through a friend. The guy was actually doing streaming and all of that. He was not good at it at the time. He was learning. So most of the time when I go to his place, he would just he'll be testing out OBS software at the time and all of that. Then he would call me, guy, comes with this 9 days for television that time. You understand? So I went to him, and then funny enough, I was like, okay, since you're doing this thing, my church is having a youth program. How about you come in and do this for us? You understand? Being the youth president at the time. So he was like, okay, let's go and do it. We went there, and then we did the stuff for the church. And then as God would have it, one of the pastors, one of the guest ministers that came actually saw what we were doing, because I was just been holding the camera for him. So like I knew how to do it. So the woman just was like, okay, how about both of you come in? I've been looking for people who will do this for me. Something that we have been looking for. I have it here. So you guys should just come into my studio. Let's do all of these things. So when we go to the studio, I wasn't a photographer at the time. I was nothing. I just was helping my guy hold the camera. So when we go there, he was like, okay. She was like, this is what I want to do. I want to have like a mini YouTube TV whereby I can bring guests and all of that, and would shoot, and you guys can stream it. So we went there, and then she explained everything to us. The next thing, I discovered that she wanted to have like graphic designs. Do you understand? She wanted to have videos and pictures. Since my guy was already holding on with streaming and videos, I was like, okay, let me go into this graphic design and then photography. So it's not look as if I'm just here collecting salary or collecting money. Do you understand? So that was how I got into photography, and then I started learning more and getting better. That was since 2017, 2018.
Wow, that's good. So how has the journey changed you as a person?
It has been an interesting journey, actually. I won't even lie. It has been an interesting journey because you get to meet people. One of the things about this industry I've come to realize is that you're dealing with people. Do you understand? You are dealing with people. It would shape in your character. It would help you understand that you don't just if you don't have a character before now, you have to learn character. Like you have to know how to act around people. You need to know how to relate with people. Do you understand? You don't just come into people's space and then act anyhow and expect them to keep you. They will send you packing. You understand? So I think the journey has been a smooth one. There has been ups and downs actually, but the times when it has been smooth has been productive actually.
You see, photography has actually changed everything about me, even my outfits. When I want to buy any outfit now, I have to consider if I can wear this outfit to work.
It works with your brand.
It has actually changed everything about me, because I wouldn't lie, because I'm on camera. Where I'm coming from, we don't talk like this. But when I lost the first client, second client, I feel like, oh, there you have to change how you talk. I started slowing down. You get what I'm saying? Then photography has actually helped me to be a patient person. You know, if clients give you hot, you don't give that client hot. Because you see, there was a time like that, a particular client give me hot, and I wanted to give the client back hot. And my spirit was just saying, Oga, calm down. Oga, calm down. And after the client give me hot in the morning, she called in the evening to apologize. Then in the night, she now called me to refer me to somebody that paid me millions to shoot their events. So imagine the client gave me hot in the morning. I said, Oga, what's wrong with you? Yeah. And in the night, they said, I could have referred you, but I can't. Why? Because there's nothing bad you giving client hot, but your personality, what you're showing people out there is a wrong one here. So the last question, what insecurity did you have to overcome to become who you are today?
Okay, so kind of various insecurities I've experienced, but one that really comes to mind is the fact that, you know how we young creatives, however you go on internet and then we see some people their works and you be like, oh, this guy, when I would be like this guy, when I would be like this guy, you understand? So those kind of things can actually bring your self-esteem down and bring your confidence down. So I one thing I kind of deduced from all of those things was the fact that these persons that I'm looking up to their work or looking up to them, they've paid their dues. Do you understand? They've labored. When I mean labor, they've really done a lot of practice and tutorials and a lot of these things they've put in the work. Do you understand? So I just told myself, instead of just killing myself over what people are producing, the best thing I can do is actually build myself and then become better. Do you understand? With time, I would get to that point and even surpass it. And I even come to realize that most of the time, initially, I used to look at people's work and I'll start looking at them and be amazed as to how this person is doing this thing. But now, when I look at the work, I kind of tend to dissect it, looking at how the image was lit. Do you understand? How many light setup was done and all of those things. Looking at the color, looking at the composition and trying to even read the image. Not just praise the image for praise sake, but read it and try to understand it. Is it something I can recreate? If I want to recreate, how do I recreate it? So these are some of the insecurities I've had, and this is how I've...
You see, if I'm going to add towards what you just said. So one of the things I really want to say to creatives out there, you see, let me tell you something. Nothing is as sweet as you finding your own star. You see, there was a point in time that I was jumping from Emaleleke to Big A Studio to... there's one of my person like that is in UK now. Image faculty. Then Prince Mason. Yeah, I wasn't doing much of Prince Mason actually. Then moved to Ray Magic. Then moved to Bedge. I was making money. It's not like I was not making money, and it's not like my images was not good. But the day I found my star, the whole thing changed. I have someone in my DM that sent me a message from Australia, said, I love your style. I love your grade. I love your outfits. How much to shoot my wedding?
Well,
and in less than 2 hours, I closed that deal.
wow.
She has not seen me before. She only saw one of my video on Instagram where I said, please now, patronize me now, blah, blah, blah. And she sent me a DM. And in less than 2 hours, I closed that deal without not saying, hello, I did not believe you, I did not trust you. And she made bookings immediately. So see, let me tell you something out there. Find your own style. It might take time, but find your own style. Your own grading, your own style of shooting, your own style of lighting. Because you see, When you do it, and you are perfect with it, it becomes you, extremely extraordinary. And when that thing becomes extraordinary you, it becomes something that people start looking for in you.
Sure.
My grading, I use one grading for all my images. I only have like 5 sets of grading that I use, and that's my best. And currently now, we're selling our grading. You can go on my bio on P Weddings, click on the link on the bio. You can purchase our grading, and it's very cheap. I think it's about 15,000-20,000. Very, very cheap. I know the amazing thing, it doesn't have to shoot luxury. By the time you put the grading on the picture, it comes out excellent. Find your own style. Master your style. Upgrade your style. You see the point. Don't just say, this is my own thing. Then you are stagnant. You are only one spot. Master your style. Upgrade your style. If you are lighting this way, there's a way you can upgrade it. Light the other way. And before you know, sooner or later, people start looking for you. You get what I'm saying? So that's that on this episode. Kelly, thank you for joining me.
Thank you so much.
One of the things I'm going to say to you is, if you have any topic you want us to talk about out there, please don't hesitate to drop comments. Let us know what you actually want us to talk about. Thank you for joining us on this episode. Really, really appreciate you, my brother. God bless you. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. God bless you.